What's good, people? What's good? It has been a minute. Been a minute since we have done some reviews. We actually have a few reviews that we got to put up as well. So definitely, you're going to see some more content on here. But we definitely had to come back and hit you guys with a review for Scream 7. What the hell was that?
You said the magic word, man.
Oh, yeah. My God. Scream. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry, man. That was a little cheesy, going back to the old Pee-wee's Playhouse thing, said the magic word.
Yeah.
But
well, definitely, man. Well, hey, you know what? Also, I guess we gotta, I gotta do it. I gotta say congratulations to your team, Seahawks, being the Super Bowl champions. I ain't gonna hate. I ain't gonna say, you did the thing. I was kind of glad, to see them beat the Patriots. So,
remind the audience, where did they beat them at?
Oh, they bought them. They beat them at the 49ers stadium, and I really loved that because my fellow brother he's a 49ers fan. So F the 49ers. I'm glad that they lost. I'm glad they didn't make it, and I'm glad that their rivals won in their stadium.
Yep. I know you're right there with me. Throughout the Super Bowl, man, and this was an important. We've been suffering 11 years of one bad call on the 1 yard line of Super Bowl 49.
Yeah. Just feed the beast. That's all you have to do.
Feed the beast. Yep, give him his Skittles, and we've been having to feel that for the past 11 years, and this was just a dominant performance from the D. I mean, they didn't even.
You're saying past 11, man. How long has it been for my boys? 30. At least you've been in the last. Hell, he said 11. Yeah. I mean, at least you've been.
That's going back to biblical times, man. I mean, that's ancient shit right there.
and NFL history it is, man. So, but yeah, let's get
to it, brother. Let's get to it,
man. So let's get to Scream 7, and I'm gonna tell you, people, it is definitely Scream because I screamed at this movie, or wanted to scream at this movie so many times as I was watching it in the theaters.
Same here.
I think it went back to the original writer. I think I should be prepared, people. Forgive me, but I want to say, what is his name? Kevin Williamson directed and wrote this. If I'm not mistaken, let me check it out real quick. And I want to say that's the original. Yeah, Kevin Williamson.
Yeah,
he directed this and he wrote it with two other writers. And I want to say he is the original writer of the original Scream. Actually, Scream 1 and Scream 2. So, yeah, man. What was your thoughts on this? I'm going to let you start this off, man, before I say what I want to say.
All right, man. It felt like all they did was copy-paste from the original Scream, but it was just with different characters. I have two feelings about this, and now you can, correct me if I'm wrong, but one part of me thinks that this movie was just an apology for Scream 6 for not casting Neve Campbell. That's one part.
Okay.
And another part was I think it was just damage control because of the fallout that they had with two of the main characters who I felt were going to take off with the franchise. They with Jenna Ortega and help me out, Bull. She played Sam. Barrera. Her last name is Barrera.
Yeah, Melissa Barrera.
Yes, and so I mean, just a little backstory on it. I mean, one got released. The other one pulled out when she got released. And then so that forced a 500. Well, how much was it, Bull? 500K.
500K, man, 500K
Yeah,
script rewrite. I remember
right.
seeing that. And they pull, and she didn't pull out. I thought they kicked her. They kicked her out because of some remarks about Palestine and Gaza or something like that, right?
Yes. So Melissa Barrera was axed because of her stance of what was going on in
Yeah,
Gaza,
with the whole yeah.
and in solidarity, Jenna Ortega pulled out. Which I
Well,
mean,
she said. I think when I saw it, it was like she said it was a scheduling conflict, which is a nice way of kind of
scheduling.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
air quoting. You
Air
know what I
quote.
mean?
Yeah.
Uh, so I believe, man, it's both.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to say this. I think I made a post about this on Facebook. At this point, man, I think we're going to get Scream 20, Sidney Prescott in the geriatric ward running down or on a wheelchair or on some walkers running from a Ghostface killer. I mean, at this point, man, I just feel like Sidney, the franchise needs to have the balls to kill off Sidney.
Right.
That's just it. I mean,
And Gail.
Yeah, Gail should have. Well, like Gail should have been dead. The way she got carved up in that last one, she should be dead.
Yeah.
They pretty much pulled a Scream 1 Dewey with her.
Right.
Because Dewey should have been dead as well. You know what I mean? Yeah. Matter of fact, I think Dewey has gotten stabbed in 1. I think he got stabbed in 2 as well. And their excuse was, they stabbed me in the scar tissue in the same area, and it was like, okay. And then, but Ghostface didn't miss his ass in what, 5?
Yeah, that was it. That was it. At least in Scream 2, they had the balls to kill Randy, a beloved character who I felt was the curator of these movies when it comes to the the horror genre in this movie. He was the one that was always telling the group about the rules. Even after death, he was, he pretty much knew he was gonna be 86th, and so he made a couple videos. I remember, and but the writers had the balls to do that, and we were upset. We were upset, but why are they so content with not doing the same for Gail and Sid?
Well, at least Gail, I think, it's almost like, I get it. Sidney Prescott, Neve Campbell, she is, she is the Scream queen of no pun intended, of Scream.
Right.
But at the end of the day, man, so if people, we're gonna do a spoiler review, so just bear with us. We're not gonna touch bases, a deep dive into that. But what I will say before kind of just going into like entertainment is, I think some people can agree that if this was a real person, you're talking about a woman where every so many years someone is trying to come after her family, her friends, and if I was a friend of Sidney Prescott, if I met Sidney Prescott, I wouldn't date Sidney Prescott. I wouldn't marry. I wouldn't be friends with you, because history just would tell you that someone's going to eventually come after you. I mean, we're talking about 30 years later and people are still coming after you. So I think she would have been gone crazy round or been a total, complete, probably off the grid isolation, right? So that leads me to the movie, right? So here's the thing. I'm going to give you a quick rundown, people, and you tell me if you agree or not with this. Okay, let's do this. Acting is meh. Neve Campbell's going to be Neve Campbell, this and this, but the newer people that come in, they're it's spotty, right? Even some of these kids or young actors I've seen in other stuff, it just seems like, I don't know, it's felt like they were trying too hard. Okay, then you have the Wink, wink. Nostalgia. Wink, wink. Remember, this is happening like this happened in Scream 1. See,
Yeah.
this a garment from Scream 2. This from Scream 3. It was all these winks to the point where I was kind of eye rolling at a lot of it. The daughter is insufferable. I mean, oh my God! You know, there's the typical angsty, I'm gonna argue with you teenager, and then there's so much so where you're questioning your mom on certain things that borderline makes you stupid when she's telling you to do stuff. So it's in the trailers, people. So it's not a spoiler. The daughter shoots Ghostface through the wall. Ghostface is down. The mom, Sydney tells her, shoot him in the head. She says, but he's down. Now, the daughter, even they're presenting Sydney as if like she doesn't want to talk to her daughter about her traumatic past. Okay, but your daughter at least has probably seen Stab, this and this. And one of the key things in Scream, or even in Stab, we know once you put down the killer, you do what, Bot?
Put one in the head.
So that shouldn't even be a question. No, the daughter is, and it's just a reason to get them, I guess, get up, for Ghostface to grab the gun and so forth.
Yeah.
What else, man? The kills are kind of lame in this. Like, one kill was like utterly stupid, and I'll just tell you, it happens in the bar. Well, there are 2 kills somewhat in the bar. Hopefully that's not a spoiler, but yeah, there's 2 kills in the bar. One of them the bot liked. He liked this particular kill.
Yeah.
I didn't care for it too much. I was like, whatever. And the kill kind of before that, we both thought was just like,
comical.
Really?
It was comical.
Yeah, it was like, it's like, yo, like, it was almost like you couldn't figure out how to kill. I don't know. That was stupid. And I gotta say this, man. Mark, Sydney's husband, for police chief, gets his ass whooped. I'm talking about whooped. Like, to the point where I would question, Sydney would look at him and be like, I don't know if I want to be married to you anymore.
Yeah.
Like, he gets his ass handed to him.
In front of his daughter too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
how you gonna take an ass whooping in front of your kids?
Well, not even that. It's the fact of it was almost like you handed the ass whooping to Ghostface, because you had Ghostface at certain points, and I'm talking about, another thing about this movie. At this point, I am convinced. I don't care what nobody says. I am completely convinced that Ghostface, if you are a killer and you put on the Ghostface outfit, it's almost like it's a ritual. If you are going for Sidney Prescott and you are a killer and you put on that Ghostface outfit, you are now supernatural. Because the Ghostface in this is damn near supernatural. I'm talking about stealth. You must put on a costume and have the quietest feet. You must, when you put on a costume, you now blind people's peripheral vision. You fade. There is a part in here where Ghostface literally materializes. He doesn't walk up to a point. He's behind something. He doesn't walk up. He materialized. I mean, if this was if I was in an editing software it was a fade in and fade out. I am convinced, and at this point with these movies, Ghostface should be supernatural. Go to damn Jason Friday the 13th route, or even hell, I guess even the Michael Myers route. There's never really, at this point I would say Michael Myers is supernatural because he's been shot out of a window, failed stories, shot this and this, and he still gets up and he still keeps going. I think Rob Zombie and different people tried to say called of this, or he's, I think I've even heard some people say that kind of like how they've connected Jason he's a deadite to the Evil Dead. I've heard some people say that Michael Myers is the same thing. At this point, Ghostface needs to, make him, why not? Make it.
They did it to the grabber. They did it to the grabber. Because in the first one he was man, wasn't he?
Yeah, on my Black Phone.
Yeah, Black Phone.
But
I mean,
but they already established in Black Phone that
right,
it was supernatural stuff going on.
right,
I know
right,
there's
right.
nothing necessarily supernatural going on. They want to keep it grounded, but it's like people bought said something perfect when we were talking about this movie. Scream is almost going a Fast and Furious
Yeah.
type way. Like they're trying to make the kills bigger. They're trying to make them a little bit more vicious. I kind of like the gritty. Now I did feel that. I like the gritty mask from 6. That grittier, like it wasn't white. It was all cracked because it was an older mask.
And I really like since you brought up 6. I really like how Sam, Billy Loomis's daughter, how man she was surgical with that knife. I mean, she went. Yeah, I mean,
and and then the complexity of her thinking if she's a killer like her father and all of that. That was pretty cool. Even though they were trying, like they were trying to hide Skeet Ulrich getting older. I mean, you could definitely see that he was older. But I mean, hey, it was cool.
It worked.
I don't know if it's, I'm gonna ask you, man, is it really, you think people know by now the business of who's in, or I don't want to spoil it, man. If you pay close attention to the marketing of this movie, you're gonna hear a voice. If you're really in the Scream, you know whose voice it is. You know the actor. Mm-hmm. I mean, the actor is now making rounds on the press circuit and the junction, so you already know who's in it. We will discuss if you seen the movie, we'll discuss that more on the spoiler side with that. But at the end of the day, man, with Scream 7, I feel like just like a lot of things, just like Friday the 13th, just like Nightmare on Elm Street, hell, Chucky. The only thing I like about Chucky embraced this campiness after a while. It really just, some of the latter ones, Bride of Chucky, things like that, they kind of was like, okay, we know this is a joke, let's just embrace it. Freddy kind of did that a little bit too. Yeah. At this point, I feel like Scream is still trying to be grounded as a slasher movie, and it's just not working. And people, and then the killer's reason. Oh my goodness.
My
goodness. Yeah. Oh my God.
I can't wait for the spoiler because it was just ridiculous. Oh
my God.
And that's
to the point.
Yeah. And that's why that's why I was trying to get to that. A part of me was thinking that this movie was an apology to Neve Campbell for not being in Scream 6 because it kind of it explains it in the motive. We'll talk about it in the spoiler, but
man, I don't care, dog. Look. And people, when Bot talks about his apology, I agree, because now that I think about it, I agree with it even more, because they make so many references to her not being in New York, not being here. Like it was even a meta thing. Like I think somebody was like, "What? Why weren't you?" It was like, "Why weren't you there?" Or to something that was like, it was almost like a wink, wink. Like, they do that so much in this movie where it hell, it could be a borderline scary movie. Like the spoof.
That was my favorite part of the movie, is getting of the experience, was I got to see the trailer for the next scary movie. That was my favorite part of the night.
But at this point they're almost going to that, because it was so many, I don't know, it was quote unquote Easter eggs and references, and then I think what made Scream 1 so special was the fact of, yes, it was meta. It was, kind of it was almost like a satire, a spoof on itself, right? But it would, explored the, it explored the things with horror movies or slasher movies, like, like Matthew Lillard. That's one of the one of the main things a lot of people remember. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, wait, this and this, I'll be right back. It's like,
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? He says it on purpose, but it's like, you know, it's those things that made it, you know, cool. As time goes on, and then when 4 kind of rebooted it a little bit, because now you have newer horrors like Hereditary thing, you know what I mean, kind of going to more of an art house route, then okay, they started to, you know, do that. Now I'm just gonna say this, people, now they're moving into a territory because there's, I'm not gonna say what it is, I'm just saying that now there's technology involved, there's
Well,
there's
there have always been, you know, references to technology, you know, being a factor, but it deals with what's going on at the times. Wait, at the current time, you know, what's going on with technology.
I don't even want to go too much even into that, but I'll just say, man, like, you know, it's yeah, it's what's one of those things where now, yeah, I just feel like they need the Scream needs some new blood, honestly. And we'll talk more about this in the spoiler, but I'm gonna say this: I feel like the Scream franchise can do. And this was supposed to actually be the Scream 3, but we talked about this, and people, if you don't know, they were supposed to at one point do the cult of Ghostface,
right?
Or quote unquote, or cult of Stu. So there was originally in the I think it was Scream 2 or Scream 3. I think they were saying they were trying to do it with 2, but initially Matthew Litter, who was Stu Macher, he supposedly was supposed to have survived. And from that, it was going to be in the nut house. And then from that, he was going to cultivate these killers pretty much from the nut house. And it was going to be like the cult of Stu / the cult of Ghostface, which to me is a very interesting premise because you can go with it from there. Now you can save that for later on, or you can just do the cult of Ghostface because it's getting a little tired when you seeing connections. You know, what was it? So let's go through the Scream. Scream 2 was Billy Loomis's mother and the nutty film student, right?
Yeah.
Scream 3 was her long lost half brother. Scream 4 was her niece,
Emma Roberts,
and another. Yeah, and the dude was another film buff, just nutty.
Yeah, and it was one of the Culkin brothers.
Yeah, remember? Yep, you're absolutely right. Yeah, so, and then 5, that's when you introduce the new individuals, but the chick is Billy Loomis's daughter, but then that was Jack Quaid, and I can't remember the other chick that was with him, but it was almost like they were trying to, I wanted to say, like, weren't they trying to be like some influencers or something? It was dealing with I can't really remember it. Like, I remember I enjoyed it, but I can't remember, but but then, you know,
I just watched it. They were trying to do their own movie. And
I remember Emma Roberts' motives, you know, Sydney's niece's motives were she wanted the attention. She got tired of Sydney. She wanted the attention in the family, or whatever. Which I was like, okay, you know what I mean? I mean, she, you know, she batshit crazy, but okay. And then you had that, and then Scream 6 was, that's when they introduced, you know, now it's kind of changing the formula. Like, it's always been 2. Now they're introducing 3, and that was due to it being the killer from 6 is father and siblings.
Right. Because was it Billy Loomis? But there was a connect. Or wait, no, it was the connection to the killer in Scream 3, right? They were family.
No, I got, man.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm. Yeah, I want to say no. Billy Loomis's connection was with the main girl.
Right. I misspoke.
Remember, and then she was. It was almost like she was the new Nev Campbell and Jack Quaid because they were dating. That's right. Yeah. So it was a whole boyfriend angle again.
Yeah.
So it's almost like they did Scream 1 again, and then so it was like almost like Scream 5 was Scream 1 and Scream 6 was Scream 2.
Well, no, I was talking about Scream 6 where the detective had the two siblings, and they had an older son that
Yeah,
was the
that was
killer.
that they were that was the this killer from Scream 5,
Okay,
Jack Quaid,
right,
that
right, right,
was his family.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and now, man, I don't. Yeah, we'll talk about it in the spoiler show, but this killer, yeah, yeah. I mean, honestly, and then we're gonna say lastly before we give our review, it's the movie's predictable.
Yeah,
If you've seen Scream before, you know the formula. You're gonna know the killers when they come up. I mean, I'm
okay.
sorry, and the movie tries hard to try to throw curveballs and this and meta references like, oh, do you find it weird that the person that we're suspecting is actually leaving the room? Like, they do stuff like that, and it's like, yeah, there's one particular actor, when they pop up, I was like, oh, killer. I was like, killer number 2 right there. The another time, I have it in my notes from the movie. Another time, the person pops up, and I was like, I really think you're the killer. Like, you know what I mean? And honestly, at the end, uh, I was pretty much right. And then they telegraph. I ain't gonna say it. We'll say that one in the spoiler. But at the end of the day, people, here's the thing: Scream 7. You don't need to waste your money on this. I'll give this a low stream and chill. Excuse me. Yeah, stream and chill. No, yeah. Okay. Damn, it's been a minute. I forgot our own ratings. Yeah. I'll give it a low stream and chill. I'm gonna tell you why it's not a this that batshit, because of the franchise name. Now, if they made a Scream 8 and it's about as bad as I feel like this one is, oh, you definitely getting this that batshit. You know what I mean? Or bullshit. Excuse me, I keep saying batshit. This that bullshit. Next time, yo. So. Yeah, I would definitely say for me, it is a stream and chill. I wish I would have just waited for this movie to come on, whatever streaming platform, and I would have watched it, and I'd have been like, I still would have been like, hey, this kind of sucks, but all right, it's on. I didn't waste no money to see this, but yeah, so stream and chill. What about you, man?
So yeah, I'm gonna give it a stream and chill, but I'm just gonna say if you do have like a membership to one of these, like AMC or Regal, where you can see as many movies as you want. Yeah, go out and watch it. But if
No,
you're gonna,
hell no, man. No.
yeah, no.
No, I'm not gonna allow you to do that, man.
Come on.
Don't
I mean,
waste your free credit on this damn movie.
I mean,
Come on, man.
well, and look, what I'm saying is that with my membership, I could see as many movies as I want.
Yeah, I mean,
But I mean, but don't.
I guess,
but I agree with you. Do not spend money on it. Do not spend money on it.
Yeah.
I mean, if I just want to get out of the house and, there's a movie right now that, just to go have a theater experience, I'll go watch it again. But, I'm just going to go to laugh at it, how stupid it is. But,
Yeah.
but as far as, being, I mean,
I'm not gonna recommend. Yeah, I'm not. I feel like we're on this. Like, would you recommend this movie to somebody
no.
to go see?
No, no. But I mean, like I said, if it's something to do, and you have the, some sort of membership like like what I have, I mean, yeah,
I guess. I mean,
But-
I feel like even if I had a membership,
that bad, huh?
hell, well, I just, man, like I said, man. I mean, this movie again. I'm really gonna say, man, if it had, sometimes you give a little bit more grace to movies that you followed over the time.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is one of those movies. I'm giving it grace because a part of me, through this movie, I kept saying, man, this is some bullshit. That's bullshit. Oh, you stupid. Oh, what the hell are you doing? You're dumb. You know what I mean? Like, I kept on saying stuff like that. But at the same time, I wasn't getting mad. like mad, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was almost like, man, come on, man. Like it was a feeling of you're really letting me down here.
It wasn't.
I've seen.
It wasn't no Bye Bye Man.
Bye Bye Man, yeah.
It wasn't no Bye Bye Man.
No.
You know?
What was the one? What was the one that I really like? We reversed. Was it Cobweb? I think. Yeah,
it was Cobweb. Yeah, it was Cobweb.
Yeah, Cobweb would piss me off. Yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, okay, man, like y'all are really letting me down here. Like, if I mean, so it just really comes down to, I guess, depends on people, man. Right now, when I've saw, as of this recording, I've saw that Rotten Tomatoes, this is the worst rated one in all of the Scream movies.
Yeah, it's at 33% right now.
Yeah. And then, I'm seeing people, it was a Scream Facebook post, and people were like, I loved it. Oh, and I'm like, are these bots? Because, like, there's no way you could have saw the same movie and stuff. So
maybe it's the cult.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
Maybe it's
bots. I ain't mean to be boxes.
Yeah. Yeah, I got my own cult, man.
Yeah. I don't know, people. Yeah, go ahead and if you've seen it, man, comment down below. Let us know what you think. Did you like it? Did you not? Do you agree with us? Do you have some arguments? Let us know. And if you can too, hey man, hit the bell notification or hit the subscribe. Like, do all that jazz. Man, we trying to build this channel. We're gonna continue to do reviews. I know we took a long period. Life is lifing, but hey, definitely we're gonna come back and be more consistent and continue. And just build from there. So we appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Mad love. Hey, tune in to our spoiler, because we're definitely going to take a little bit more deep dive into the Scream 7. So appreciate y'all tuning in. Take care. God bless, and we'll see you on the next review.
Peace.